The summer of 2017 was some of the best metal detecting we've ever done.
Just plucked out my 5th Indian of the site. Not too bad.
Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. So as promised, here are the best finds of summer 2017. Now guys, before we begin, I do want to say that I do have a new Facebook group where you can join, and we're going to be posting pictures of these finds along with little articles on what they are, a little bit of history behind them. Today we're just going to be doing a quick overview, but if you want the full story, you're going to want to check out that Facebook group. I will link it down in the description below. So Kevin, why don't we start it off by taking a look at some of the coins we found this year.
Alright guys, so the coins from this summer were absolutely phenomenal. So starting off the year, we got the 1889 Indian, the oldest coin that we have found. Really nice shape on that one. And then this one's kind of a mystery. It's an 1880 something. You can see the first 3 digits. It might even be older than that one, but I just threw out that one in front. Here we got an 1893. I also found that one.
Oh,
that's a good sign.
That's the back right there. Here's the flip.
Oh,
it's beautiful. It's an 18.
Oh, yeah.
1893.
18. Oh, yes.
1893
Guys,
right
that
there.
is awesome. Ryan and I both found an 1899. I'm not sure which one that is.
I think this one. We put them on the back.
Yeah.
That one's mine right there.
So
we even got the names on the back here.
So this one will be mine. His is in better shape than mine. So there's mine. And then this coin, man, this is my best find with the metal detector. Check this out. Oh, that is definitely a nickel. That's a V nickel. It's a V nickel. Oh my gosh. No way. A 1900 V nickel. And these two coins, the 1889 and the 1900, I found those in the same weekend.
Yeah.
So that was my best weekend of detecting I've ever had. Amazing experience. 1901 Indian, I pulled that one as well. 1903, the best and sharpest looking coin of the group.
Of course, Kevin pulled that one out as well.
Check this out, guys. Look at the details on that. Amazing. Here we go, 1905, Ryan pulled that one. 1906, that is my first Indian, the first coin found at the site. 1907, I believe that's...
I think that's
Ryan, that's yours.
Oh, there was 2 1908s? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so I found 2 1908s. There's one of them, and then here's the other one. I just kind of... I toothpicked only the Indian on this one, kind of an experiment to see how that turned out. I think it turned out pretty nice.
And that ends the Indian head pennies for us. Then
so
we're on to a few wheat pennies here.
The oldest wheat we found, 1911, a very common date. I pulled that one. And then a not so common date, a 1912. Pretty awesome to have that coin. I think that was the second coin I ever found at the site. 1913, Ryan pulled that one. 1917, I pulled that one as well as the 1917 Denver, the only mint mark that we found at the site.
That was awesome to find.
1918, Ryan found that one, and 1919, I believe. No, I found that
remember you finding that one.
Yep, I found that one.
So 1919 is the newest coin we found out of this place, and the oldest one was an 1889 Indian.
So
as far as
30-year span.
Yep. So that pretty much does it for the coins. Now let's show you some of our favorite relics.
Alright, so I'll start off the first find. The first one that I picked up here is a Ford Model T hubcap. So this would have gone to the end of the axle of a Model T, and you can see it says Ford right there, and you can see the N on the bottom. It would have said made in USA, and I looked it up, and this was made in the mid-19-teens. So really awesome piece. Obviously the beginning of automotives in America. Really piece of Americana there.
This is one of the ones that I really like. This is an old oil lamp right here. This is one of the most complete pieces that we found. It actually still has the wick. We found tons of these lantern pieces out there, showing that they were doing some work and definitely getting some stuff done. So that's an awesome piece right there.
Next up is something that we find many tiny pieces of, but this is the most complete one that I found. And just to start it off, here's the frame of a turn of the century pocket watch. And as you can see, a very shiny rim, so it indicates that it is a silver plating, and you can see where it's wearing off in some places right along there. Not only did I find the frame, about 20 feet away, I found the guts of the mechanics. Look at that, all the gears and the brass plating and pieces in there.
You can see here's some more of the pieces that we found. Just a little handful of them here. So lots of cool pieces out there. Here's a couple of cool pieces I found on one of my last days out there. This one is Foley's banner salve for piles, cuts, burns, and skin diseases down here. Lots of cool writing on this one. And then this one here is called KC baking powder, 10 cents for 10 ounces. Both really cool pieces. I'll throw up a picture of what that used to look like. and these were just awesome to find. I found them both on the same day. Lots of cool writing and just awesome old pieces right there. Up next we have a couple of buckles here. This one I found, it's called a D buckle, and then this one Kevin found, which is also very cool. Both of these pieces have been through electrolysis. I think this one turned out really nicely. Take a look at that, guys.
We got another button, or at least I think it's a button. It's kind of corroded, iron obviously there. It says Bluebird. So couldn't really find anything on that, but obviously many pieces like that can't find anything on. And then this, I know the Hoover boys have found many of these, and that's the only reason I know exactly what this is. It's a collar stud, and I believe it's actually gold gilded, so I guess I can say I found gold out there, so pretty sweet on that one.
This here is probably one of my all-time favorite pieces out of the site. I was able to clean it up by using floss. It is a comb, and everything is actually on there still, miraculously. You don't usually find these like this, but I was able to clean it up. None of the bristles broke, everything is intact, and what this was used for back in those days was nitpicking. So this is called a nitpicking comb, and it was used to pick lice out of hair. Just incredible to have this complete and intact. I love this piece.
Next up is something that is really common today, but really cool to find out there, and that is the top of a pencil. And you can see in there, the lead is still in there.
Even some of the wood is still there. Take a look at that.
120-year-old pencil, and the lead is still there. I mean, that just blows my mind. It's a little crushed up, but pretty much the exact same design that we still use today.
Here's a really cool piece that still has some writing on it. This is a suspender clip, original Shirley President brand. You can see it says that on both sides. And I'll throw up a little bit of history about this piece right here, but I love this just because it's searchable. We were able to trace it down exactly what this was, about the origin, you know, what time period we could expect to see something like this worn. And it's just an awesome piece. Got all that writing on there. It says original Shirley President across the top and the bottom. Very intricate, very cool piece.
This is the only spoon that I found that was not silver plated, and this was just a nice piece of iron, and I ran this through my electrolysis and it turned out really nice. And you can, if you look closely, you can actually see the teeth marks where these guys used to bite down the spoon and you kind of take off their whatever they had in the spoon, probably soup. I know that's a pretty common meal back then. So nothing too fancy, but awesome piece of history there. No marking, couldn't find anything. Next up are a few pieces, and these are just random pieces of like mechanical equipment, but the reason I kept them is because they all have patent dates on them. So this one starting off is really hard to read. I'm sure you can't see it on camera, you see the letters, but I can tell you it has a patent date of 1896. So awesome to find that one. Next up is this little piece, and this is especially cool because it says patent April 2307, and now when we think of 07, we obviously think of 2007, but this means 1907. So really cool kind of transitional piece there. And then the next one is the oldest one that I found, and this one, there we go, perfect. Patent US December 30th, 73, indicating 1873. And then there's even some more dates on there for the Canada patent and something else actually. So really cool to find those old pieces.
So just a couple more relics left here to show you guys. Like I said, we're going to be posting pictures of these items that you can see a little bit better on Facebook, and we'll have all the information on these pieces as well. So we'll be doing a little bit more research so we can give you a little bit better history lessons here. This actually never made it into a video. It is a really old pocket knife and it's still intact. We're not going to try to pull any of those blades out, but you can see that they are still there. You have a blade here, and then I think there used to be probably a blade in the second one as well, but that must be missing. But you can see that that blade still is there. You got the nice wood finish and the bolts keeping it together. This is just an awesome find. So guys, to top it off, to kind of end the video, we have a few smaller relics that we found. These were really cool because they have writing on it. This one says the pen, Union made. I'll throw up a little history about that just in a second here. And after that, we have this nice little button that says Ohio. That's all it says. Kevin got this one. And it's just a tiny little button, probably off of, what would you say, shirt or suspenders or what?
Yeah, couldn't tell you.
Yeah, it's just a tiny little button, guys. But this is probably one of my most favorite finds, for me at least. This is a military button, World War I for sure. And on the back you can see that it has the manufacturer there. It's very small, actually smaller than a dime, but Kevin's going to show you something in a second here that's just going to blow you away.
Yeah, so the next day after Ryan found his cuff button, I get a silver dime signal, and I'm thinking that this is the signal that I'm finally gonna find my first silver coin and my first barber. It doesn't happen, but this is just as good, if not better. I got a button. It's a nice one. Military.
Oh yeah, you did. That's a big one too.
Oh, that's a dress button. I don't, like a shirt button.
Nice shank too.
Oh man.
Solid shank.
That's my first military button ever. Look at this. Shirt button, World War I. Probably the same uniform, I'd say. I mean, just to think of the story of this guy, he's fighting in World War I. He comes back and he serves at this logging camp. I mean, that's an American life right there. Scoville Manufacturing Company, Waterbury. So you can do your own little research. I'm telling you right now, it's not super rare or anything, but just the history and the thought of this guy's life is incredible. So,
and what's even crazier is that this was probably dropped, you know, right when the war ended. So this had to be in mint condition when it was dropped. You can see the luster is still on the button. You see that it's black rather than mine, which kind of turned up like a dirt color, like everything else that comes out of the ground there. This still has its luster. It's got the black on it, and then the back is just stunning. You got that shank just in perfect condition. What an amazing find, Kevin. That's really awesome. So guys, once again, it's been an awesome summer of detecting. I'm planning on getting out there and doing more detecting in the fall. It's just gonna be in different locations. Hopefully gonna take you along as well. Love making these detecting videos for you. I always have fun out there. But guys, with that being said, I am off to college. Kevin, good luck out there. I hope you get out there a few more times before the snow starts coming down.
Yeah, guys, I'd say about a quarter of that camp is covered in weeds right now, so we can't even detect it. So when those die in the fall, I'm gonna hit that place hard, and we're gonna find more Indians, I can tell you right now.
But with that being said, that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting, liking, commenting, subscribing, and as always, I'm Quinn, and this is Quin's Coins signing out, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.